Byzantium cut off Emperor Justinian II's nose to end his career. 10 years later, the noseless emperor came back for revenge. This was a revenge arc with tax collectors, coups, and terrible life choices. Welcome to Byzantium, a place where palace politics felt less like government and more like a knife fight in silk robes. If you were emperor, you ruled everything. If you were unpopular, people started measuring your neck. Justinian II became emperor in 685. He was young, ambitious, and already radiating future problem. At first, that ambition looked useful. He wanted to strengthen the empire. He also wanted to squeeze it like a purse with legs. Justinian loved taxes. His officials collected money like they were trying to vacuum coins out of people's souls. The poor hated it. The elites hated it too. This is actually impressive. Making both peasants and nobles hate you takes talent. Justinian was also harsh with opponents. He punished rivals brutally. He did not do "let's listen to the other side." He did "let's remove both sides." Soon Constantinople had a problem. The emperor had power, the emperor had enemies, and the enemies were getting organized. One of them was Leontius. Leontius was a general. More importantly, he was a general who thought Justinian needed to go. In 695, the plan became action. Justinian was overthrown. The emperor was dragged off the throne. His reign was over. But in Byzantium, removing an emperor was not enough. You also had to make sure he looked unfit to return. So Leontius had Justinian's nose cut off. Yes, really. Byzantine logic said a mutilated man could not properly be emperor. Then Justinian was exiled to Cherson on the Black Sea, far from the capital, far from power, far from anyone who still cared. Constantinople relaxed, the tyrant was gone, the noseless exile was finished. Except Justinian did not learn a lesson. He learned a mission: survive, wait, come back, and make everyone regret not finishing the job. Meanwhile, Leontius discovered a classic coup problem. If you overthrow one emperor, other people get ideas. In 698, Leontius was overthrown too. His replacement was Tiberius III. So the man who removed Justinian got removed himself. Byzantium was not a stable system, it was a rotating stage for ambitious men with swords. Back in exile, Justinian kept plotting. Cherson's leaders started worrying about him. This noseless ex-emperor was not calming down. He was becoming a live grenade in winter clothing. When Justinian heard he might be handed over, he escaped. He fled to the Khazars. Now he was not just a failed emperor, he was a failed emperor making international contacts. The Khazar ruler sheltered him. Justinian even married into Khazar power. Exile had turned into diplomacy. Tiberius III noticed this was bad, very bad. So Tiberius reportedly tried to have Justinian killed. That also failed. At this point, Justinian was becoming impossible to get rid of. He escaped again. Then he headed to Bulgaria. There he met Tervel, ruler of the Bulgars. Tervel was not sentimental. A noseless exile asking for an army is interesting. A noseless exile offering rewards is more interesting. Justinian promised honors, wealth, and prestige. Tervel provided soldiers. Now Justinian had what every revenge story needs: an army. In 705, he marched on Constantinople. Imagine the capital hearing that news. Bad news, everyone. The nose guy is back, and he brought Bulgars. Constantinople had enormous walls. Normally those walls laughed at armies, but Justinian did not rely on a normal assault. According to later accounts, he entered through a hidden water passage. Once inside, Justinian moved fast. The palace was seized. Tiberius III lost control, and Justinian II took the throne back. He was now the first deposed Byzantine emperor to regain power. This should have been the happy ending. It was not. Justinian did not come back healed. He came back furious. He captured Leontius. He captured Tiberius III. Then he displayed them in the Hippodrome. Before the crowd, before the empire, before the man they thought they had finished. He humiliated both rivals, then he had them executed. Revenge complete. Or so he thought, because Justinian's second reign was even worse. He was harsher, more suspicious, more brutal. He had survived betrayal, mutilation, and exile. Now he ruled like a man determined to punish the universe personally. This is the final twist of the story. His enemies had been terrified of his return. Then he came back and proved they were absolutely right to be terrified. He targeted Cherson again, the same region where his exile had begun. Resistance grew, so did hatred. And in Byzantium, hatred plus ambition usually equals a new emperor by Friday. Another revolt formed. This time it was led by Bardanes, later called Philippicus. Once again the empire decided Justinian had become the problem. In 711, Justinian II was overthrown for the second time. This time nobody trusted mutilation to solve it. He was killed. His young son was killed too, and the dynasty ended in blood. So yes, Byzantium cut off an emperor's nose to make him unfit to rule. Instead, they created the empire's angriest comeback story. His story is not never give up. His story is, if you overthrow a revenge-driven emperor, maybe do not leave him alive, angry and networking. Because in Byzantium, losing your nose could end your career, unless you were Justinian II. Then it's just made you everybody else's problem.